Okay, so I don't know if you heard, Ruth Bader Ginsburg died, right? And of course, that's Jill Stein's fault, I'm pretty sure.
I think you're right about that.
Or someone else with even less power, Susan Sarandon, probably. But guess what? The Democrats' response to Ruth Bader Ginsburg's death should terrify Trump. Why? Does Trump not have a replacement in mind? What? Because the Democrats might stand up to Trump? Well, I guess there's a first for everything. Do you really think that Trump should be terrified of the Democrats at any point? Are you fucking crazy? Yes. Yes, it's CNN. By the way, you want to see how scared Trump should be of the Democrats? The Democrats cannot stop passing his lifetime appointment federal judges without a fight. Monday night, the Senate Democrats voted for Trump's latest federal judges. Here they are: Ben Cardin, Tom Carper, Bob Casey, Chris Coons, Catherine Cortez Mastro, Tammy Duckworth, Dick Durbin, Dianne Feinstein, Maggie Hassan, Patrick Leahy, Doug Jones. Even more, Joe Manchin, all these people voted for Trump's. Check out this list of winners. It's so inspiring. It has Doug Jones on it, the guy who barely won his race against a straight-up pedophile. Joe Manchin, John Tester. They're considered part of the alternative to the right here in the United States. Joe Manchin, and these people are considered the alternative to the right in the United States. Where else would they be considered an alternative to the right? Nowhere else in the world. Nowhere else in the world would these Democrats be considered an alternative to the right. They are the right. Pelosi says she will not leverage government shutdown to avoid Senate vote on court seat. Asked if there was any way the Democrats could slow down Senate Republicans, Pelosi said Sunday, everyone to get out there and vote. Translation, we will do absolutely nothing. Now go vote for us and shut your mouth. She will not leverage government shutdown to avoid the Senate vote. She will not do that. She's willing to hand away the Supreme Court. Now, I'm sure that's supposed to be my fault or Jill Stein's fault again or Susan Sarandon or someone with even less power. But it's not. Someone who actually has power could do something about it, not doing it. Let's hope that the president will see the light, Nancy Pelosi said. So that's Nancy Pelosi just telling you straight up, I'm not doing a goddamn thing for you. I'm not even going to pretend to oppose Donald Trump on this. Barack Obama nominated Merrick Garland. Almost an entire year went by. They're going to get this done in a couple of weeks, and Nancy Pelosi's not going to do a goddamn thing about it. You want to hear what she said about it on the news? Watch this. So this is what happens when, every once in a while you get a peek that, oh my God, she's a robot. And her software was malfunctioning, like that Westworld. This is like Westworld.
10 states, as I said, on Friday, started their early voting the day that we lost Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
But to be clear, you're not taking any arrows out of your quiver. You're not ruling anything out.
Good morning. Sunday morning. We have a responsibility. We take an oath to protect and defend the Constitution of the United States.
What was that? Hey, do you think it's still a good idea to have these demented old people as the leaders of the Democratic Party? I guess they do. I really wish it was true. I wish what Noam Chomsky said was actually true about voting. It's not. And everybody has that moment in their career, if you're in politics, where you vehemently disagree with something Noam Chomsky has said, and this is mine. He's 1,000% wrong about this. He has been for 40 years. What is the evidence that this voting strategy gets you anything? What is the evidence? There is no evidence. The evidence is it goes the other way. If Joe Biden wins this election, things are going to get worse. Do you know Nancy Pelosi didn't do anything for the people who got screwed over during this coronavirus pandemic, the people who lost their jobs? She didn't do anything for them, nothing. They gave $5 trillion to the richest 1,000 people in the country, and everyone else has to go pound sand. She's not giving you health care. She's not giving you student debt relief. She's not giving you a job. She's not giving you a UBI. Nancy Pelosi is fast, and she's not going to try to stop the Supreme Court. Here's Dianne Feinstein on ending the filibuster and expanding the Supreme Court of the United States. She says, I don't believe in doing that. I think the filibuster serves a purpose. It's not often used. It's often less used now than when I first came, and I think it's part of the Senate that differentiates itself. Wow. At this point, if you still think the Democrats are resisting Donald Trump, you probably still believe in Santa Claus. I mean, it's like we need to have an intervention in America with the people who vote Democratic, who don't make $1 million a year. Dianne Feinstein. So Nancy Pelosi says we're going to be completely useless. Dianne Feinstein says, so are we in the Senate. Completely useless, the Democrats. Dianne Feinstein makes Chuck Schumer look like Eugene Debs. That's a good joke. Nice writing there, Aaron. Dianne Feinstein makes Barney Fife look like a warrior. Unless, of course, she's fighting the left. Want to see how Dianne Feinstein, who would take the gavel of the Judiciary Committee if the Democrats take back the Senate, is leaving open the idea of changing the rules to make it easier for Republicans to block Joe Biden's judges in 2021. Wow. So she makes Barney Five look like a warrior unless she's fighting the left. Here she is fighting the left. Here are some kids who care about the environment because they're going to have to experience it, not Dianne Feinstein, who's going to be dead soon, who doesn't have to live with climate change. These kids do, and here's how she fights the left.
We're gonna go in and share this letter, and we're gonna do it all together. Yeah. Share it in front of Feinstein. We're asking her to vote yes on the Green New Deal.
We are trying to ask you to vote yes on the Green New Deal.
Please.
Okay, I'll tell you what. We have our own Green New Deal.
Some scientists have said that we have 12 years to turn this around.
Well, it's not going to get turned around in 10 years. What we can do,
Senator, if
is
this
put
doesn't get turned around
ourselves-
in 10 years, you're looking at the faces of the people who are going to be living with these consequences.
The government is supposed to be for the people and by the people and all
You know
for the
what's
people.
interesting about this group is I've been doing this for 30 years. I know what I'm doing. You come in here and you say it has to be my way or the highway. I don't respond to that. I've gotten elected. I just ran. I was elected by almost 1 million vote plurality. And I know what I'm doing.
She knows what she's doing.
Group is I've been doing this for 30 years. I know what I'm doing. You come in here and you say it has to be my way or the highway. I don't respond to that.
What do you respond to? Donor cash. That's what I respond to. Not you. Not people who have to live with the effects of my policy decisions. I don't respond to that. You have to butter her up so she saves the planet? What? You have to talk to me nice so I do the right thing. What?
And you know, Jimmy, really quickly, Dianne Feinstein's net worth is $58.5 million.
She's going to die with that money in the bank. That's what kind of a psychopath Dianne Feinstein is. She looks, you know what she looks like? She looks like she's sizing those kids up for stew. That's what she looks like. Dianne Feinstein to a 6th grader. You say it's either my way or the highway. Here's the highway. There's the highway, Dianne. To the people who just realized that Dianne Feinstein is awful and not looking out for you, welcome. You're going to start noticing more and more, and you can't unsee this stuff. Trust me. Well said, Ron Placone. Well said, Ron Placone. So there's the honest to God, you could do this. It's so disgusting what they're doing, what they're not doing. Nancy Pelosi, I'm not going to help people who are hurt by COVID. I'm not going to fight against Trump's judges. We're going to all fast track them. And where the fuck is Bernie Sanders? How far up his ass is his head right now? Unbelievable. What a failure that guy is. On purpose failure. He's no better than God. Look at Nancy Pelosi. He's propping that shit up. Okay, every show, it's the same show every day. It's the same show every goddamn day. It's the same show. Hey, the Democrats are way worse than you thought. Hey, there's only one party rule. Here's more evidence. Hey, the mainstream news media is a bunch of CIA puppets, which is why we're in perpetual war. Every day you could do that story. Oh, by the way, your lefty media is horrible. I could do that story every day. Lefty media that not only does not debunk Russiagate, cowardly doesn't do it, pretends that that's the responsible thing to not talk about Russiagate, even if you're debunking it. That's a transparent bullshit. And then, not only do they not debunk it, they push it. That's just garbage lefty media. There's nothing left in this country. I could do that. I mean, honest. It's just, that's why you see why I want to talk about spirituality. It's the same show, and it doesn't, no one's changing. No one's changing. No one's fucking sick and tired of this. I still go out and see executive producers of Hollywood shows telling everybody that you're a bad person if you demand something from Joe Biden. 100 million people in this country do not vote. And Joe Biden is not trying to get any one of them to vote for him. Why are you angry at Joe Biden that he's not trying to get more votes? Because you are a fucking adult children of an alcoholic and you're a millionaire. Because you don't need anything from Joe Biden because you're a millionaire. And it doesn't make you a good person to virtue signal that you're voting for Joe Biden. What it does is it make you really a useful idiot and a tool on purpose. But you don't care because you don't really care about poor people. Or 80% of the workers in this country who live paycheck to paycheck. Hey, everybody, this is the part where I tell you where all our live shows are, but there aren't any. And then this is why I tell you to join our premium program and get extra content, but nobody's got a fucking job. So just enjoy the video.